Hey Redemption Hill, this is Joelle coming to you from Zambia again. This is my second video. I'm 3 months in at this point, which is about a quarter of the way through my journey. I gotta be honest, I'm really happy to be past that milestone. It's a decent chunk of time, but at the same time I have a long ways to go, which I think ultimately is a good thing. I think there's a lot that God wants to teach me here, and as much as it's hard to see right now, I know that this is a really valuable season of life, that He has me here for a reason. So really, ultimately, it's a good thing that I'm here for a long time, because instead of just pushing it to the end and making time pass so I could just go home and forget about any pain I'm feeling, I think anytime I face something like loneliness or sorrow or insecurities or doubts about my future, I actually have to sit here and face them and trust God that He's going to work through those with me. So I have about 8 months left and a lot to learn, but God has been showing me a lot of really cool things since I've been here. Now that I have time to just sit and listen to Him, I'm not bothered by any of the distractions or entertainments from home. I think He wants me to learn how to treasure Him and how to make Him first in my life. That's something I've struggled with for a really long time, and I still struggle with it, but I'm starting to learn that wherever I'm at and whatever I'm doing, I have a purpose there, and I'm supposed to be all in wherever I am. And that means my hope can't rest in other places. So basically, He wants me to be content and happy being in His purpose and in His will, no matter what happens to me, no matter where I'm at, and no matter who He's put beside me or who He's taken away. So I'm still learning that. You can definitely pray for me in that endeavor. But God has been showing me grace in a lot of cool ways. Big ways, small ways. He's been sustaining me each day. He gives me enough peace to make it through each day and to trust Him and to be joyful still. And He gives me a lot of little pleasures in, like, I don't know, the small things, like having a glass of wine and a hot bath when we turn on our water heater, and trying new foods and new recipes and amazing fruit, which comes fresh from the tree. It's great. So He's been keeping me happy and content, and I'm starting to notice the little things that I never really spent time appreciating. Yeah, if you want to know how you can be praying for me, just pray that my heart would be captivated by God and His mission. When anything around me shakes or falls, pray that I wouldn't fall into despair, but I would trust that I'm standing on the solid rock and that God has a plan for me, that He ordained my days before they came to be. Pray that I actually would believe that, because I read it and in my head I understand it, but I think it's different to actually live in a way that I trust Him. If you want to be praying for international justice mission, I think that one thing we could really use prayer for, especially in this season, is our community trainings. So my department is the Church Mobilization and Communications Department. And we go into the communities and the compounds and basically educate people about their land rights so that in the future they don't become victims of property grabbing. So please just ask God that those trainings would be productive, that the lessons that we teach would fall on the right ears, people who need the help. Pray that we would be able to build a bridge between the poor and needy in a place where they can actually find people who can help them. So even if we can't take their cases, pray that we would have wisdom on how to know how to guide them and who to direct them to. Also, just pray for more open doors, not only with community trainings, but with media that we liaise with. We've had a lot of cool connections with ZNBC, which is Zambia, NBC, and with Radio Christian Voice, and they've let us go on their channels, and we just want a continual open door relationship with them, so they keep asking us to come back and giving us platforms to promote our work. Eventually we want to become kind of like a household name so that people know where they can go for help if anything were to happen to them. So those are the things you can be praying for this month, or the next couple months until I send another video. Thank you again for being willing to support me and for watching this and just for caring for me through prayer. I really appreciate when I get to hear from you guys, so do not be shy.